Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
So I guess we could start with the boat. This is what, your third time on here?
Yes.
Third time. How's it going so far?
It's okay. It's okay. Not bad.
How does this festival compare to like the big festivals?
We start the interview?
Yeah.
Okay, great. How can you what you say?
How does this festival compare to like you guys play a lot of those European festivals too, right? Like Bakken or whatever.
Well, it's always different to perform in a cruise in comparison with something that is more conventional in a way that you can play in places like Wacken, Hellfest, or
right.
This is a special show in a way because you are in the middle of the ocean.
Right. Surrounded by fans.
Yes. It's great. It's great feeling. It's a great feeling.
Okay. You guys are doing special sets for this. How did you guys come across? How did you come up with those sets?
We have a number of songs that we know, and we said because we have to perform twice here to the same people in a way. You have to change your set list.
Right, it's got to be different,
in order to be more interesting for the other people, to don't see the set list that we performed the first day again. We change songs in order to please every listener.
Right.
We try.
Okay, fair enough. So your newest record was out this year, or the EP, right, in 23?
Our new EP will be out.
Right, you got one coming out this year?
On March, beginning of March.
It's already done?
Will be exclusively, we'll have it exclusively in our tour now. That we are going on tour on 10th of February with Viltimas and Exdel.
In the United States?
United States.
Oh, nice.
It's a short run, it's around 19 shows. And we are in the boat now. Next Saturday we play in Mexico City in Pepsi Center with an orchestra.
I've seen you guys do that before.
Yeah. And then we are going, we start the US tour, North American tour on 10th of February.
So how does the orchestra thing come about? Because you didn't fly to Mexico to practice with them, right? So how do they...
Well, we have done it...
a number of times.
You need just 2-3 rehearsals and you are fine because, they are professional musicians.
Right.
They have done it before and it's not so tricky anymore,
I think the mixture of that orchestra with your voice and all that blackish kind of metal is really interesting and it works really well.
Well, Septicflesh and orchestra is something that blends really well.
Yeah.
Because due to my studies, I have studied composition and orchestration. Some of the songs based on.
Oh, really? So when you're writing them, they're already being composed like that?
Yeah, sometimes I give to the guys my orchestral template, and they will add their metal part, or the opposite. They will send me the metal part, and I will add the orchestra.
Interesting.
We don't use the orchestra as a keyboard, or something that can, something that is. Just to add the color.
Right.
For us is the bass.
It's an integral part of it. So when you're writing then, you are actually writing with the whole orchestra thing in mind. So how does that work out when you can't tour with with an orchestra? Then you
cannot tour because for the obvious reasons it's super expensive.
Right.
Well, we have playback. Playback to support our needs because a keyboard player cannot easily cope with all
Sure.
the material we have from the orchestra. It's not an easy job to do.
Mexico, those are pretty rabid fans, right?
Crazy people, yeah, amazing
I think
fans.
I've never been to there or South America, but I've heard that South American fans and that whole Spanish is really
they have
crazy,
this
right?
temperament, you know,
Yeah.
that it gives a lot of energy to the band when perform.
Right.
It's a unique place, you know.
So do you have trouble, or how do you, maybe it's not trouble, but how do you kind of balance your performance based on like the audience? Because you're going to get 100,000 people in Mexico City and maybe 6,000 in a United States venue. Is this show, I mean, obviously the show is different, but the energy is different. Do you play?
Well, the numbers is not like that, you know, but for sure when we play with orchestra, we play in a big number, you know. But again, it's a special show, you know. There you have to compromise because you have to play sometimes in a special theaters.
Right.
Also, the listeners are seated, you know, are not.
And the volume too, probably, right?
Well, we played the show in Acropolis.
Oh, wow.
Last September, which was.
Is that like mind-blowing?
It's a dream that came true. I don't think we will ever pass this
Right.
achievement. You know, it's something that all the world wants to play there. You know.
Sure.
But we managed to do it, and we had limits with the volume in order to protect the archaeological.
Oh.
you
So
know,
the sound would destroy.
monument.
Yeah.
You need to be careful. But you play for the place. You know, it's something that. It gives you the vibes there are unique
I imagine the vibes there are insane.
because people like titans of music or theater have performed there, like
Right.
Pavarotti, Karajan the conductor,
Right.
Maria
And then
Callas.
Septic Flesh, right?
Yeah, it's something unique. It's something unique.
Was it intimidating?
Well, when I went to see the place as a performer, middle of the summer was heavy. I felt how heavy it is because it hosts 5,000 people and it's very abrupt. You know, it's everything in front of you.
Right.
It's heavy.
And it's historical, and
It's
there's
heavy
so
and,
much shit there.
And
Yeah.
you can see Acropolis when you play, which is something that you cannot describe. You know, there are no words to describe this feeling.
That's great.
We play now in Pepsi Center in Mexico City next Saturday. Amazing venue, but it's different, you know. There you have the vibes of the history.
Right.
Now it's more a modern Pepsi,
Sure.
you know. It doesn't. But we perform even if we have to play in a venue with 500 people.
You're right. Like I was telling you earlier, I saw you at the Canal Club in Richmond. I don't know when that was. He said, Kareem said 2015, but with Moonspell, and that was like probably a 500 seater or something.
But always you have to play like you play in front of 100,000 people. You know, it doesn't matter the number of the people. You have to perform always your best.
Because I imagine, you know, even if there's 100 people, those 100 paid their money for a Septic Flesh show, so they got to see it, right?
Of course, you know, it's something that
You can't
you
phone
have
it
to
in.
respect always the listeners. You know.
Right. Interesting. How do you adjust to? We're all getting a bit older now. You've been doing this a really long time. How do you adjust to, you know, aging in this sort of? Because it's not easy on the body, I'm sure.
Well, the band started a bit late to tour. We were start to tour nearly 20 years ago,
Right.
which is not so heavy for a band. I know bands that they tour 35 years.
Right. Like Candlemass or something. They're 40 years
you
in.
know, but what else can we do? You know, it's our life. It's our oxygen. You know.
Right.
It's something that pleases us always. Of course, you don't have the same. You have some limits. You know, you don't. You are not youngster anymore.
Right,
You
right.
can survive. You can tour with a van as we did
Yeah,
15
right.
years ago, we toured with a van in North America, which is not an easy task. You know?
Right.
But we will do it, you know. If we are healthy and in good shape, we will do it.
So you got to prepare a little bit differently, maybe?
Yeah. You have to be careful more.
Right. What do you guys have planned for you doing this USA run, and then what are you doing after that?
Then we will start to compose a new material.
Oh, really?
This episode is brought to you by Peacock. The new Peacock original documentary, Matthew Perry, A Hollywood Tragedy, dives deep into the beloved actor's rise to fame and his tragic death. 5 people, including Perry's personal assistant, 2 medical doctors, and an alleged Hollywood drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, were charged with conspiracy to illegally provide Perry with the ketamine. Explore the details of the case in this heartbreaking special, streaming now only on Peacock.
Are you one of those bands that's always writing? Or you just...
We are very picky when we write an album. We used to write an album every 3 years before COVID, but now might take 4 years.
Right.
You know, because it's a challenge for us always to record an album and compose. We don't want to repeat ourselves. We want to present something that is new. We are picky, you know. We need something that has an identity to us, you know.
Right, which is going to bring me to one of my other questions. How do you differentiate or make sure you don't write the previous record? Does that make sense? Because you still want to be faithful to the Septicflesh fans, but you don't want to...
I don't think an artist can answer you this, you know, because it's something that comes naturally. Of course, you get trapped sometimes and you repeat yourself, you know, but you don't understand it. But it's not an easy task, you know. You have to free your mind and try to follow a new path that you haven't followed before. Your ear will judge, but again, it's not difficult to get trapped.
Right, I imagine so,
because you have already so many albums in your back. You have to...
And you don't want to stray too far because you have Septicflesh fans, right? So you got to kind of stay...
Of course. 4 years is too much, but there was no other way, you know. After COVID, it was a bit strange, the thing, you know, how they move.
When you sit down to write a record, are you sitting down with a theme already in mind, or does it just kind of evolve as you go?
It depends what your imagination or inspirations will lead you, you know. It's maybe an idea that can come from outside. Maybe, you know, something that you can hear, something that you play in the piano and the guitar. You can evolve this theme and create a song.
Okay.
Or a rhythmical pattern. Everything that is you can filter and will fit in your music, you can use it.
Right, and I guess when you're adding the orchestra and all that stuff, you kind of open the field to a lot more than just
of course, you
distorted guitar
have
and
more weapons to your disposal.
And that probably helps vary too, right, from record to record.
Of course. There the possibilities are unlimited, but again, although art is unlimited, you know.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
No, but I mean, imagine you probably could find yourself pretty quickly, right?
Yes, but you will be judged.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And you know, you have to know that you will be judged. You have to know.
Okay, so I know she gave us a thing. Give me one more. What are you looking forward to seeing? Any bands you're looking forward to seeing on the boat?
Well, I didn't have the chance to see the bill yet, you know, and I'm a bit dizzy with the aeroplane and this stuff. 2018, I watched Meshuggah.
Yeah.
I would try to see Emperor. I couldn't see them yesterday, but you know, I saw Extero, was good, very good.
Yeah.
We shall see, you know. Whatever comes, I will go when I have the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. That's all I had. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey, before we go, can I do the obligatory selfie?
Yeah, of course.
Always a fan. I think once you stop being a fan, though, it's time to give up, right? Thank you, my friend.
Thank you
Travel
very
safe.
much. Thank you very much.
When are you guys on? Tonight?
No, we
Tomorrow.
played yesterday. We
I missed
play
you
now
yesterday.
on
But when's the
Sunday.
next? Sunday's the next one?
In the morning no, at
Pool
noon.
deck, right?
Pool deck at
Yeah,
noon.
that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's quite a venue. I don't think there's many like that around, right?
Well, it will not be our best because we are a very atmospheric band, you know.
Right.
It's not a cup of tea, but
Hey, this is Chris Swinney, formerly of the Ataris and currently host of That One Time on Tour, part of the Sound Talent Media Podcast Network. Have you ever wondered what it's really like on the road? The highs can be euphoric, but the lows can be crushing. Join me every week as I chat with industry pros about what it's like living out their wildest dream and, in some cases, their worst nightmare. Past guests of the show include members of NoFX, Pennywise, Bad Religion, and more. Listen and subscribe at soundtalentmedia.com.